Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we're going to be talking about the theme for the next DLC in Grand Theft Auto Online. So even though Rockstar hasn't said anything officially, there's evidence in the files and evidence based off of what they did last year that really kind of gives away what is likely going to happen. So let's start with this tweet from XXII. Now, he's mostly known for his amazing concepts, but he also digs into the files a lot, so has a ton of information on that. He tweeted out this: Grand Theft Auto Online is very likely that the content I found on files called Special Vehicle Transform will be the content update reserved to be released in March. That will include new races with new special vehicles like the Stromberg Deluxo, among other special vehicles of the Doomsday Heist update. And I asked him about this. I said, do you have any more information, etc.? And he said he made a video all the way back in December on what that was going to be. Now, in his video, the only thing he revealed was a couple lines of code found in the files. He said, I discovered another new content to be released in mid-2018. Called Special Vehicle Transforms, or we can call it Special Transform Races. Continuing Transform Race content. Maybe some unreleased vehicles have some link to this. So code line number 1 is Special Vehicle Transform, and then the other 2 lines of codes were for vehicles that could enter hover mode. So you would see this in races if you were getting to a part of a race where hovering would be required. So again, pretty interesting stuff right there. So basically what XXII is telling us here is that the update we're going to be getting in March is going to be the Transform Race equivalent of Cunning Stunt's Special Vehicle Circuit. This might be called Doomsday Heist Special Transform Race Vehicle Circuit. I don't know, something along those lines. Now, I'm not the only one who believes this. Mach1Bud, who's a staff member on the GTA Forum site, he said this a day ago. He said, yeah, I think March 13th is when the next update will drop, but I think it's going to be more of a special stunt transform type of races, probably with a new twist to make them new. So he mentions March 13th. I've touched on in the previous videos that I believe the next update date is either going to be March 13th or March 6th. If you haven't watched that video, basically Rockstar will run out of drip feeding content in late February if they continue with this pattern of doing one per week. Now, what's very strange is how eerily similar this lines up with what Rockstar did in 2016 and 2017 and what they could potentially do in 2017 and 2018. So in 2017 and 2016, we ended up getting import-export, and import-export added a bunch of, let's say, special vehicles. I think that's what they're called. So like the Ruiner 2000, the Rocket Voltic, the Blazer Aqua. And then a couple months later, they would be combining it with some of the vehicles and content that came out in the Doomsday Heist, taking vehicles like the Deluxo and the Stromberg and using them in races. Because if you think about it, you could have a race that allows you to be on the ground, but then requires you to fly to a checkpoint in the air. You could have a race with the Stromberg that has you on land, but then has you go underwater. So you'd have to transform into the Stromberg as kind of a submarine. So I think that that would be incredibly cool to see something like this. Now, I'm sure that's not the only thing that Rockstar would include in that DLC. Cunning Stunt Special Vehicle Circuit included 4 new vehicles. So I would imagine if Rockstar do repeat themselves, they would do something similar, maybe add 5 or 6 cars in this update. And I would suspect that this would not be a very big update. Now, let me explain why. Number 1, Rockstar's March updates are traditionally not very big. So if we go back to 2016, we got an update in March. That was Lowriders Customs Classics. It was basically just leftover Lowriders content. It really wasn't anything all that special. It didn't add new Lamar missions. So it was basically just Lowriders Part 2. In 2017, as I just mentioned, we got Cunning Stunt Special Vehicle Circuit, which for the most part was just an expansion of the Cunning Stunts DLC we got in 2016, and a couple new vehicles. Nothing all that special here. So in 2018, if they continue the same pattern, we'd basically be getting transform races, but with a new twist and with new vehicles that Rockstar added in the Doomsday Heist DLC. And I'm sure there's a chance that they would do some more vehicles like that as well. So that's another good reason. Rockstar have traditionally always done an update in March, and it's always been pretty much a small one. Let's talk about some other reasons why this could be the case. We're looking at the year of Red Dead Redemption 2. If Rockstar are going to be releasing Red Dead Redemption 2 sometime in June or July, that's just the rumored date, you would think they would start to slow down content in online to start the hype process for Red Dead Redemption 2. So I don't think it would make sense for Rockstar to release a massive update and then have it right before Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out. Also, we just got a massive update in the Doomsday Heist, so it's likely that Rockstar won't do the same thing here. So that right there is my prediction for what I think the next DLC theme is going to be in Grand Theft Auto Online that'll likely be coming out in March. It's going to be some sort of variation of transform races and the combination of newer vehicles we got in the Doomsday Heist. And they might even include vehicles that we got in Gun Running and Smuggler's Run. Like they might throw the Vigilante in there since it's another rocket vehicle. They might throw the Oppressor in there from Gun Running. So I think that they could make these pretty cool. Hopefully they learned a thing or two from Special Vehicle Circuit. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. I feel like people either hated that DLC or they loved it. I was kind of torn. I liked it because it was fun, but it really didn't last all that long. You can only do those races like once or twice before they start to become repetitive, and there wasn't a whole lot of content. Well, remember, we only got 4 new vehicles in Cunning Sun Special Vehicle Circuit. Only one of them arrived on day 1. So let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. Do you think this is going to be the theme of the DLC in March? If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.